Possible, but it does take some careful shopping, some smart cooking, and good old-fashioned frugality. Chef Melissa Graham is in our kitchen with us today with some suggestions on that. Welcome, Melissa. Nice to have you here.
Nice Thank you to have me.
So you have like a top 3 with how to save money when you're cooking.
Exactly. Okay. My first is simply cook like a grandmother. 50 years ago, the average American household spent 17% of its income on food. Today, it's down to 6%. So food was much more precious to our grandparents, and they were far less willing to waste it. So what I want people to do is to introduce that kind of frugality into everyday cooking. So for example, if you roast a chicken, don't throw the bones in the garbage, but put them in a pot and make soup. Or if you're going to make a casserole, times the recipe by 2 or 3 and put it into the freezer. That way you have dinner on those evenings where you don't feel like cooking. It also saves energy, and your freezer operates more efficiently if you've got it stocked full.
Yeah, you're not spending as much eating out.
Well, that's exactly true as well.
Yeah.
The second tip is to rethink your side dish. With rice prices skyrocketing, I really encourage people to look into alternative grains, whole grains. They're processed less, they're better for you, and they fill you up more. You have to eat less to actually get full.
Good. Yeah, that's good too.
Precisely. So what we've got here today is we're going to make a quinoa salad. And a quinoa is a grain that originated in the Andes region of South America.
And it's good.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's really, it's the highest, it's the grain with the highest level of protein. It's protein packed. Some of the varieties could be as high as 20%. And we've got a package of it right there, which shows in its original state.
Yeah, so
it's kind of like a couscous.
It is like a couscous, except for couscous is pasta.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So this is
see the difference, right?
Exactly. And this was 1 cup of quinoa, and this makes about 5 cups of cooked quinoa. And you simply cook it just like rice.
Yes.
A 2-to-1 ratio, water to quinoa, a little bit of salt, cook it, bring it to a boil, let it simmer, and cook it down for 15 minutes.
I find one of the ways too that makes it more flavorful too is to use chicken broth instead of water.
Yes, or vegetable broth.
And you do that. My kids love it.
Yes.
You make quinoa?
I'm
impressed.
At first they said, I do. I cook too.
Wow.
Surprise. At first they're going, what is that? But they love it. Your kids will love it.
Yeah, they will. It's because it's really light and very, very flavorful. And when it's done is when it's translucent and that little curly grain comes off from the side. So what we're going to do is we've cooked that down, and now we're going to add in some sautéed seasonal vegetables. It's always important to eat seasonal vegetables. It saves on your food bill, and also it's really good for the earth. So this is yellow peppers and spring onions and a little bit of garlic, and I put some cumin in. And now we've got halved grape tomatoes. I'm going to throw those in there, mixing them in.
And it's pretty too.
Yeah, it's very pretty. Lots of wonderful colors on this. And this is olive oil and lemon juice. A 1-to-3 ratio, 1 tablespoon to 1 teaspoon. Just a touch of salt, but I did salt the quinoa, about a tablespoon when I cooked it. And then we're going to add some basil just for that color and flavor.
Pretty.
Look at that.
Yeah.
And this is a really great side dish because it can be served hot, it can be served cool. You could make it a couple days ahead of time and leave it in your refrigerator. And all you'd need to do is just not put the basil and the tomatoes into the last minute.
I do want to try it.
You try some.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plates here too.
There.
Oh yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Good stuff.
So isn't that yummy?
Yeah.
So that's good. So quinoa also leads to like your third most important thing because of all the protein in something like this.
Exactly. So this actually could be a wonderful vegan lunch. Now, I personally am not a vegan or a vegetarian, but I do encourage people to eat less meat because it's very intensive for the environment and very expensive. So our last dish that we have today is a baked frittata, which has got goat cheese, red peppers, and Swiss chard.
And it's gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
All right. So now, by the way, Melissa is going to be leading a class. It's called Cooking That's Kind to the Earth and Your Wallet. That's tomorrow night. She'll be at the Whole Foods grocery store located in Lincoln Park. It's at 1000 West North Avenue at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Okay, as always, you can find more information about earth-friendly cooking and some of Melissa's recipes. We have them on our website. That is at abc7chicago.com. Thank you.
And stay with us. We'll be right back.